From JBS Studios in Greater New York, this is the JBS News Update with Teisha Bader.
I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Tuesday, April the 22nd, 2020. We open with more details about the agreement signed last night between Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and Blue and White Chairman Benny Gantz to form an emergency national unity government in Israel. That government will be in place for 3 years. Netanyahu will serve, as we told you, first as prime minister for the first half, 18 months, and then Gantz will take the premiership for the second half. Each will be the other's acting prime minister. The government will, for its first 6 months, focus on the coronavirus pandemic. After that, Netanyahu will be allowed to hold a vote on other issues like annexing parts of the West Bank based on the U.S. administration's peace plan. The agreement also says that if Israel's High Court rules in the next 6 months that Netanyahu can no longer serve as prime minister because of the indictments against him, the Knesset would dissolve and new elections would be held, with Gantz serving as prime minister in the interim. We will have more for you on the unity deal tonight at 6:30. And Jewish organizations here in the U.S. responded to the agreement between Netanyahu and Gantz. B'nai B'rith International said in a time of crisis, the two political leaders put the country first. Once again, Israel's vibrant democracy has resulted in a diverse coalition. The Union for Reform Judaism, led by Rabbi Rick Jacobs, said they were heartened that Israel has a new government, saying they hoped it will work to nurture understanding and dialogue between all sectors of Israeli society, including Israel's Arab citizens, and between the streams and communities of the Jewish people in Israel and throughout the world. Also calling on the new government to refrain from unilateral actions that could potentially hinder or thwart the renewal of the peace process, especially unilateral annexation. Leaders of the Conference of Presidents of Major American Jewish Organizations, Arthur Stark, William Daroff, and Malcolm Hoenlein, said with the political process now concluded and a government in place, the Jewish state can focus fully on the urgent work of combating the coronavirus pandemic and the ongoing security challenges it faces. We look forward to working with the new government to strengthen the U.S.-Israel special relationship and the bonds between Israel and the American Jewish community. Netanyahu, by the way, proposed strict measures tonight to continue to help curb the spread of the coronavirus, saying that Israel will be under a lockdown once again, similar to the one that was put into place during Passover for the upcoming Yom HaZikaron, Israel's Memorial Day to its fallen, and Yom HaAtzmaut, Israel's Independence Day, to prevent large crowds from gathering together. The cabinet still has to vote on the measures later tonight. Well, the man accused of attacking the home of a rabbi in Monsey, New York this past December has been deemed not mentally fit to stand trial. This according to a ruling yesterday. The 37-year-old stabbed 5 people with a machete, one of whom, 72-year-old Joseph Newman, died last month. U.S. District Judge Kathy Seibel in White Plains, New York, wrote that the accused should be committed to a treatment facility for no more than 4 months to determine if he can reach the capacity to permit criminal proceedings to go forward against him. The disruption of a virtual ceremony in honor of Yom HaShoah, Holocaust Remembrance Day, held by Israel's embassy in Berlin, Germany, is causing outrage. The embassy was holding a Zoom meeting call featuring a Holocaust survivor when anti-Israel activists anonymously logged in and disrupted the call. Israel's ambassador to Germany, Jeremy Issacharow, said the activists posted pictures of Hitler and shouted anti-Semitic slogans. Issacharow tweeted that the event was temporarily suspended but soon resumed free of disruption. He said to dishonor the memory of the Holocaust and the dignity of the survivor is beyond shame and disgrace. and shows the blatant anti-Semitic nature of the activists. And Germany's Foreign Minister Heiko Maas called the incident an indescribable shame, tweeting, "What an incredible lack of respect toward survivors and toward the memory of the deceased." Well, as is done every year in Israel, the country came to a standstill this morning for Yom HaShoah. Israel police held a special salute with officers arriving at nursing homes and homes of survivors to honor them, especially at this difficult time in dealing with the coronavirus. Officers stood outside the home, for example, of this survivor in Beitar Eilit, where they saluted as the memorial siren sounded. Police Deputy Commissioner Motti Cohen called the effort a matter of human dignity. And the official closing ceremony of Yom HaShoah was held at Beit Lochamei Getaot, the ghetto fighters' house in northern Israel, of course in a much smaller capacity and with no audience present because of the coronavirus. Among those lighting memorial torches, a nurse from the Galilee Medical Center, who recently recovered herself from COVID-19 and now is back treating others. Hadil Mezal is Arab, Bedouin, and Muslim. She was chosen to light the torch to honor the righteous among the nations, non-Jews, who risked their lives saving Jews during the Holocaust. The House's director, Yigal Cohen, said to us, Hadil represents the beautiful and diverse social fabric that exists in Israeli society, and a person's choice to give of oneself for the benefit of others without boundaries and conditions. The ceremony ended with Israel's national anthem, Hatikva, the Hope. And here on JBS, we continue our special programming for Yom HaShoah. At 7 o'clock tonight, it's a JBS presentation in association with the March of the Living, a television exclusive, this year's virtual March of the Living ceremony, which includes a special address from Israel's President Reuven Rivlin and testimony from survivors. At 8:30, Connie Martinson talks books with author Daniel Goldhagen. At 9, Mark Golub sits down with Moshe Avital, who survived Auschwitz and Buchenwald to become one of the children of Buchenwald. That's on L'chaim. At 10:30, German film director Marguerite von Trotta talks about her film Hannah Arendt. And coming up right after this newscast tonight, Shachar Azani analyzes the deal made between Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu and Blue and White's Gantz to form a unity government and to avert a fourth round of elections. That's with Mark Golub. And that's the JBS News Update for Tuesday, April the 21st, 2020. I'm Teisha Bader. Stay healthy, stay well.